So I wanted to start making videos because that's something that I like to do, but also because I did a poll on my Instagram where I asked if people would want a blog or a video as sort of like a more consistent, I guess, journaling or talking or just content kind of design. And there were a lot more video responses. I'm still probably going to do a blog once in a while because I like writing. But here I am. And this video is probably not going to look that great. I used to use this program called DaVinci Resolve, which is a free video editing software online, but it is super not working on my computer. It gets stuck on this one little section, and when I went to look online to be like, my program keeps getting stuck on, and then it like auto-corrected to the rest of my situation for me, and I found out that everyone else in the world is having the same problem. So yeah, I think I've been like waiting to use that to make videos because I had all these ideas for videos, and then they updated the software and it didn't work anymore. So now it's just good old-fashioned QuickTime Player on my Mac with a webcam using my fancy microphone, which isn't really that fancy. I got it for like 25 bucks in a bargain bin at Guitar Center. And so yeah, it's gonna look kind of crappy for a little bit. I assume I maybe can get some like lighting somewhere that will make me look less shadowy. I look kind of like a skull monster right now, but that's an aesthetic, right? It's good. Anyways, so I started this thing today, which I assume is not original, but it might be. You never really know. And I called it the 10-day mirror, and it's got one of those little hashtags in front of it. And because people do these like kind of challenges, like either month or week-long challenges where they write stuff down on their Instagram and other people can follow along or write their own responses. And I've never done one before, because I've never really had a good idea for one. And I don't know if this is, but I think it'll be good for me even if nobody else does it. But anyways, so for the next 10 days, it is all the dates are a palindrome. So it's like today is 9, 10, 19. So that's obviously the same backwards and forwards. And that works the same for the next 10 days. So until the 20th, that's when it doesn't work anymore. It's really the teens in the date that make it the palindrome. Like that's the deal. And there's probably something numerology involved with like what I'm trying to accomplish with the 10-day mirror and how that associates with like teens and like being past the single digit numbers. Like before this, there's always a 0 before whatever you're working with, and now there's a 1 before whatever you're working with. I'll have to think more about that later. Maybe if I had done some writing before making this video, I would know, but I didn't. So what I'm doing for the next 10 days is I am going to be posting on Instagram every single day. That's Rune Magic, RUUNE, and then magic with a CK at the end. And I'm posting every day, and I'm posting specific rituals that I do or using mirrors. I love using mirrors. And I know that, like, you know, there is all the stuff about, I mean, there'll probably be a little bit of material regarding self-worth in there, but I want to try to stay away from that a little bit, just because there's so much content about witchcraft and self-worth already on the internet. Not that there shouldn't be, but I feel like there's already so much out there made by such amazing people that you probably already follow. And if you don't, then you can ask me and I'll tell you. I mean, some great folks to talk to, or not to talk to, but to follow, are like, I mean, I've said them in other videos on the channel. You can just go look at other videos on this channel, and then I mention them every video. So, so there's already a lot of that, and there should be a lot of that. But I feel like in order to make it kind of not separate myself a little bit, but just make something that's new and that I am interested in, because I think because there's so much of the self-worth building stuff out there, it's not that there shouldn't be any more, it's that I would want to make something that I would also want to pay attention to besides just that. Let me close this Facebook Messenger that you may not even hear, but that's fine. There's going to be no cuts on this video because I don't have any editing software. So anyways, so for the first kind of challenge, I don't know if it's a challenge, but just like ritual examples that I did, is I posted up a picture of one of my sort of altar shrine like ritual workspaces, and I have a mirror set up behind it, and sort of the reasoning for that for me is that I want, like, I am both drawing energy from my setup, and really most of altars is just like room design. You're just kind of making something look artsy and nice with sort of the aesthetics and themes that you like. So I'm drawing energy from that, but also sort of sending energy through it. And for me, the mirror is kind of like a gateway to either the astral plane or the ethereal plane, whichever I feel like working. I go through eras, and I kind of reprogram the mirror to be geared towards one or the other. And they're different things in my mythology. They kind of go to very different, I don't want to say vibrational places, but you get the idea. And so it's sort of like on the other side of that are the astral environments and entities that I want to be working with and connected to, and I'm sending whatever I'm working with through that, because both of those environments, both ethereal and astral, are sort of mirrors of this physical manifestation. I look at them as sort of, or more that they aren't, but there is sort of this like mirror plane in between us and our physical manifested realities and those realities, and sort of the mirror plane is where it gets this murky in between, where it is a reflection of each other. Like, that is the place where the reflection happens, and you have to go through the reflection to get to these other places, and that creates sort of this shared language between both realities. So that's sort of a basic lineup of like what I do with my mirror thing. You can go see a picture on my Instagram. I welcome anybody to talk about, like, if either they do have a mirror as part of their shrine, or if they would want to put a mirror, or if they did put a mirror there, like where would it go? Like what would be on the other side? What would it look like? Um, for me, mine changes all the time. My I will say that my astral plane is very grid-like. I think in a very sort of like digital Tron way, and it's sort of like this grid that sort of textures of like landscape can sort of appear and load over, and there's just the folks there that I want to work with. I still work with Neptune as sort of like a deity spirit, usually in the shape of a lighthouse. I've mentioned that before on this channel. But yeah, so check it out if you want. I don't know if I'm gonna do a video every day for this, but I might, because if I do that, that might kind of kickstart me into doing like once a week videos. And they're probably gonna look just like this, with this dark shade everywhere. Me looking like a skeleton, maybe not. Maybe I will try to fix that a little bit. But in the meantime, thank you for watching, and